We going live. We going live. It's going down. We going live. It's going down. Let's go. We going live. It's going down right here, Lexington, Kentucky. Woke up this morning, grabbed my big old cup, big old purple cup, water, ice water, put the headphones on, listening to music with no words, made my way down the stairs, grabbed my Morning 5 planner, just like this one right here. Grab the Morning 5 planner, make my way to the top. At the top of every page of the Morning 5 planner, there's always a quote submitted by actual members of this community. Real life human being. This isn't the quote that was made by Caesar 17,000 years ago. No, this is a favorite quote. Might have been Caesar's quote, but it's a favorite quote submitted by actual members of this community. Real life human beings from around the world that are part of hashtag Rise and Grind. And the quote today was this: peace is not found, it is earned. Now, this is the quote submitted by Miss Robin McCoy. Peace is not found, it is earned. And can I get an amen to that? Because as soon as I read it, I thought about there's a lot of things going on in our world right now. Me and my wife, our business, so on and so forth, our kids. There's just a lot of things going on, man. And peace in itself, it's not just a natural part of the deal. Like, I find my peace by waking up at 3:40 in the morning and investing time in myself when it's quiet first thing in the a.m. But I have to earn it. I got to get up at 3:40 if I want to get that peace. I have to take the time and write down my gratitude and my goals if I want that peace. Otherwise, it's chaos, or it can be if you let it. So great reminder, Robin McCoy. Peace is not found. You're not just going to pick it up walking down the street, bro. No, you got to earn it. You got to put in the work. You got to do what you got to do. You feel me? Let's go. Good morning and welcome to the #1 morning show in America. I am your host, Glenn Lundy, husband to 1, father to 9, author, speaker, and the founder of 800%.life. It's 5:30 a.m. and it's time to rise and grind. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, how's that mic? How's that mic? Turn me up in the headphones. Hey, good morning, my friend. Good morning, my friend. Today is Tuesday. That's right, today is Tuesday, a.k.a. Taco Tuesday. We cheated, though. We had Taco Tuesday last night over at Mom's house because we have a bunch of different stuff going on tonight. Football practice and soccer practice and dance and all the different things that are going on. And so we cheated. We had Taco Tuesday at my mom's house last night. Thank you, Ramon. But for the rest of the world, today is Taco Tuesday, August 18th, 2026. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Tuesday, August 18th, 2026. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most, and I do mean the absolute most, of this absolutely incredible day. Coming to you live from Lexington, Kentucky, where we have some big updates going on around here. There are some really big updates that are happening. And so I wanted to start today's episode by just giving you the updates, getting you up to date on everything, giving you the skinny on all the different things that are going on. Do they still say that? What's the skinny? Or here's the skinny? I don't know. I used to use that. Sounds a little weird saying it now. But I'm going to give you the all the updates that you might need or you might want to know. I think you'll find these updates valuable. I believe that you will. And then after the updates, we're going to dive into this series we kicked off this week called, what is the name of the series? It's Teenagers, but I think there's another piece to it. But we're in this series around teenagers this week. And so we're going to go into that. But first, I want to give you some updates, okay? So before we go too far, though, will you do me a favor? Go ahead and hit the share button. Go ahead and tag your friends. Go ahead and drop a comment. Go ahead and hit a like or a heart or whatever. Let's get the algorithm warmed up this morning, if you don't mind, so that we can get rocking and rolling. I would greatly appreciate it. I hope you've been having a good 2026. I seriously do. I was thinking about it the other day. You and I hang out, we hang out in the mornings. We say good morning to each other. We do all those things. But I'm not sure if I've asked you. Like, I'll share some of the things that are going on in my world, but sometimes it can get a little one-sided around here. So I am curious, how has 2026 treated you? For us here in Lexington, 2026 has been an incredible year in many, many ways. We've learned lots of lessons. We've had lots of experiences with our children that I'm super excited about. Business has done some pretty incredible things. I've learned a lot. But I'm curious, how has 2026 been for you? Has it been a good year, a bad year, a learning year, a growth year? Go ahead and drop it in the comments. I am interested. While you're doing that, I'm going to go through some of these announcements. All right. Rodney says, thanks for the teenager topic. I have a 15-year-old daughter. It's interesting that you say that, Rodney, because I picked these themes almost a year ago. About this time of year, I'll start writing the themes for the next year. And so I picked these themes almost a year ago, and it's falling perfectly with Joel going back to school, but we're going to talk about that. Tony Schmidt says, 2026 has treated me extremely well. I am so glad to hear that, Tony. Scott Simons says, 2026 has been the best year of my life. What a strong, powerful thing to be able to say. Paul Brindley, can't connect today. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Rodney Rock says, it's been a year of revelation. Denver Gonzalez says, good morning. 2026 has been a wild year. He's loving it. Greg Becker says, just spit my water all over the place, grabbed it by the top, which was already unscrewed, or spilt. Just spilt my water. Okay, all right. Well, that could be part of 2026 for you also. Michael Barrick says he is growing and learning. So listen, 2026, it's been an interesting year in so many ways. And here's a few of the announcements that I want to share with you before we tap into this week's series. All right, so first thing you need to know is we are moving this show to YouTube, and that is happening next Monday, August 24th. August 24th, we are moving to YouTube. I can tell Facebook is not letting people find the show this morning. It's driving me nuts, which is why we're moving to YouTube. So we're moving to YouTube August 24th. We will be streaming live on YouTube at Glenn Lundy. Make sure you subscribe to at Glenn Lundy. Click on the notifications bell. You'll get notifications. You'll get notifications every time that we go live. We're also going to be live on LinkedIn at Glenn Lundy. You can watch me over there too if you prefer LinkedIn over YouTube. But we are moving away from Facebook because Facebook it's just so much friction. There's so much friction to watch this show on Facebook. It's there shouldn't be this much friction. We've been doing, like right now, look, right now on my screen, it's showing the very beginning, like where we were in the show 4 minutes in is where it's showing. Even though we're 9 minutes in, it's showing me where we were 4 minutes in. Like, there's just so much friction with Facebook. It does not prioritize live. And so we're moving. We're moving to YouTube. That's the announcement. We're moving to YouTube. Second announcement, we did partner with Car Dealership Guy Media Company, CDG Media. This is a company that is owned by Yossi Levi. He's also, there's also a guy named Jay Law. The two of them are kind of the two guys at the top running the thing. And this is a very exciting partnership for us. This is an opportunity for us to reach more people. These guys have incredible reach. It's an opportunity for me to learn a lot from Yossi, who's an incredible business guy, does some incredible things. And it's also an opportunity for us to expand the impact that we're able to make in the auto industry specifically, but obviously beyond that as well. So super excited for that partnership. That just kicked off recently. Also, our company is up 142% year over year in one area. So we have multiple revenue streams that come through different paths, but we use Stripe as one of our merchants for collecting payments. And in that one path alone, we are up 142.52% in our monthly recurring revenue. So companies up 142% over the last 12 months in just that one line. And then we also have other lines. I would say overall, we're probably up about 180% year over year in monthly recurring revenue. That's a big leap. It's a big jump. Amen to God. Like super, super grateful. Unbelievable season. The business just continues to grow as we continue to seek opportunities to serve more and more people. The YouTube channel will be at Glenn Lundy. Paul Brindley at Glenn Lundy is the YouTube channel. So companies up massive. Some other announcements. We will be in Detroit September 22nd and 23rd for the Digital Dealer Conference. I will be speaking there, and then we have a bunch of 800% Club dealers that will be speaking there as well. And then Car Dealership Guy Media Company, they will be there also. So only God, bro. That's right, Frank. So if you are in the Detroit area, I would love to see you. September 22nd, 23rd, that's where I'll be. Let me know. Also, we have a lot of events happening here in Lexington, Kentucky. We basically have an event happening here every other month now. These are sales events, leadership events, so on and so forth. If you go to 800%.life/events, you can see all the different events that we have going on there. In other announcements, my son, we are having challenges with my son, who is a 14-year-old. So if you're a prayerful person, if you'll just pray for my son. Today, he is going to public school. Today is his first day at public school. We've always homeschooled all of our kids, but we made the decision that really, like, if I'm just being honest with you, we just doesn't seem like my son is thriving in the environment that we have set up for him. And so we're hoping a change of environment is going to be what he needs to be able to find some purpose. And so he's going to public school today. And like I said, we've never had a kid in public school. So prayers for that, that turns out being the best thing for him. That is our hope. We just want him to be able to find joy. And we're willing to do whatever it is we need to do to make sure he finds that. So if you could do me a favor, just a couple prayers for that. Then also, my training started back up yesterday. Started training for High Rocks Nashville, Tennessee. Me and my buddy Sam, we are going to do partners at High Rocks. Now, those of you that have been around know that I did High Rocks New York. High Rocks New York back in February, I think it was, or June. I did High Rocks New York in June, and I almost died. That is correct. I almost died. I will never do High Rocks solo again. Don't never say never, I know they say, but I don't think I'll ever do it again. But I am going to do it doubles with my guy, Sam Cox. So High Rocks, Nashville, Tennessee, December 10th through 13th. If you're in the Nashville area, we'll be down there for that High Rocks event. They have spectator tickets where you can come watch, so on and so forth. But I started my training back for that yesterday. Legs are super sore today. Another announcement. We are starting to collect quotes for next year's planner. We are starting to collect quotes for next year's planner. So if you have a favorite quote that you would like for us to possibly print in the planner that goes out to thousands and thousands of people around the world, then text the word quote to 859-208-2351. Text the word quote followed by whatever it is your favorite quote is, okay? Text the word quote first and then follow it up with your favorite quote. You can text that to 859-208-2351. Now, last but not least, we have a racehorse, and our racehorse has been doing really incredible. There's a whole story behind it. But the racehorse has been doing really incredible. He had a race about a week and a half ago or 2 weeks ago where he really showed that he is on the verge of being something absolutely spectacular. I said I won't do another solo High Rocks, Frank, and I'm not. I'm not going to do another solo High Rocks, but I am doing a partner one. But I want you to watch this last race that our horse had. He's the 9 horse, and you got to watch what he did. Now, I'm going to have to fast forward this video real quick, so check it out. All right, let me get this to the right spot. Okay, we got to fast forward it a little bit more. All right, I think we're about right there. I got to zoom or fast forward it just a little bit more. It's hard to. That's where we want to go. We want to go to 325. Come on. There we go. Here we go. Perfect. All right, so as you're watching right here on the screen, this is race 6. This was Kentucky. And we're getting ready to load. You're going to see the 9 horse loading up. Oh, Toomba just hopped in here too. There's the 9 horse loading up right there. He doesn't want to get in the gate. We got Mia. Mia's riding. Mia is our jockey. She is 20 years old from Great Britain. And so she's got 800% on the back of them silks. Okay, there's the horse. He loaded in right there. He's the 9 horse with the blue. Okay, 10 horse right there was the favorite. And here they go.
And they're off. Observed out to a very alert start from Annie Esquivel. Observed vying for the early lead with Mr. Strike right there 800, and Izzo also well up as they make their way toward the first.
There he is in first place. Look, he's in first place.
Who's taking the lead out to the stretch from Izzo.
They go around the corner. He goes a little wide. He drops to second.
Now for Joseph Bilmer to just
third.
Mr. Strike pressed by 800, and right there Izzo as these maiden.
Now he's pulling back up. He's pulling back up to second. Oh, and he starts stretching it out. Look at him.
Mad Mo, who's vying for 4th after breaking on top. Observed, saving ground there with the rail at 24 feet, making this run.
He's way up there now. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 lengths, 9 lengths, 10 lengths.
In the running toward the inside of the newcomer, this time for
way up there in front, stretching it out.
And cross power. 23.
At 30 to 1. Look at him. 30 to 1.
8.15. 30 to 1 leader, 800 with inside 3 furlongs to go.
Here comes Mad Mo.
Bridging the gap for Alex Ashar as they make
boom,
their way
Mad Mo's flying past him. But wait,
no.
800 says no, I got more.
Who leans out
I got more.
With Izzo dropping back
He's going. He's going. They're getting close to the finish line. They're getting close to the finish line. He's still at first. There's only half a furlong left.
And here's Observe, the son of Mandaloon.
No, he doesn't have it right there.
This is a nice first out triumph beats Mad Mo by 3/4 length. This time for sure was third. 800 flattened out, but holds fourth from Castle Pines back in fifth.
So, hey, he finished in fourth, but that was a big, classy race with some big-time horses. And the jockey immediately was like, I made a mistake. He was going out stronger than I thought, and I made a little mistake there. I should have held him back just a little bit. Like when he was stretching out to 10 lengths, she was like, I should have held him back just a little bit, give him a little bit of breath so that he could freaking get across that finish line. But, man, what a big change that was from his first race. His first race was terrible, but much better. So anyways, the horse, his name is 800. Keep your eye out for him. People are starting to talk about him in this industry. He's bad to the bone, bro. He's bad to the bone, and he's going to start making some moves. So those are all of the updates. We're not going to do any dancing or anything yet today because we only got about 10 minutes left, and I do want to get into this teenager. I want to get into this teenagers series. But those are all the updates. I appreciate you going on this journey with me. I appreciate all of the impact that you make in my life. I appreciate the prayers that you guys do for my family, the support you show for my family. Pastor Jeff, I saw your message there. Having experienced the Teenage Son Challenge 3 times, I pray for you, Glenn. Don't give up on your son. It's a phase that most young men go through. It's freaking tough, bro. Especially because him and I were like besties. You know what I'm saying? It's really, really, really tough. But thanks for always being here for me. You guys are freaking great. And let's do 8 minutes on this series, and then I'll get you out of here. Teenagers. The world changes. We don't. So yesterday we started a conversation around teenagers, and we talked about how some things change and some things never do. Technology changes, clothes change, the slang definitely changes. Any of you ever talked to a teenager? My goodness, the slang definitely changes. And apparently right now, there's parts of slang that don't change at all. Like, for example, right now, everything in my house is bro. Is that true for any of you? Everything in my house is bro. My kids say bro. I say bro. Girls call girls bro. Girls call boys bro. Everybody's bro. My wife is bro. Everybody's bro. Everybody's bro. And apparently we've just eliminated all other pronouns. We've just landed on bro. That's it. Bro, that's it. And I'm kind of actually okay with it. I'm like, bro. So I don't know how it happened, but that's where we're at. And so yesterday we talked about how despite all of the changes in the world, teenagers still have these fundamental human desires, right? Fundamental human desires, they want community. Fundamental human desire, they want connection. Fundamental human desire, they want to laugh. Fundamental human desire, they want to be entertained. Fundamental human desire, they want some romance. Fundamental human desire, they want adventure. Fundamental human desire, they want to belong. They want to feel seen, heard, and significant. And I was thinking about it yesterday, and we talked about it yesterday, I realized like there's another piece of a teenager that I think is incredibly relevant to where we are right now, because there is one question every teenager is trying to answer right now, whether they say it out loud or not, and they're all trying to answer the question of who am I? Who am I? Like, think about being 14, 15, 16 years old. Like, 1 month you're wearing one thing, dressing a certain way. Then you meet a new group of friends, and all of a sudden you're wearing something completely different. 1 month you're listening to one kind of music, and then you discover another kind of music. You think you want to play soccer, but then next thing you know, you want to play the guitar, and then now you want to start a YouTube channel, and then you're going to be an entrepreneur, and then you're going to college, and then college is stupid, and then you're moving to California, but then, no, you're never going to leave Kentucky, right? Like, it's hilarious watching teenagers sometimes try on different versions of themselves. But here's what's interesting. We act like this is only a thing that teenagers do, but it's not. But it's not. See, you and I, we're still trying to figure out who we are too, are we not? Like, I am going on 50 years old. I'm not 50 yet. I'm 489 days away from my 50th birthday. Not trying to rush this thing to 50. I do have the readers now. As you can see, we do have the readers thing going on, right? We do have the readers now. But I'm 48 years old, and I am still discovering pieces of who I am all the time, every day. Every day. And there are things that used to matter to me. There are things that mattered to me at 28 that don't matter to me at all today. There are things that I chased at 35 years old that today I wouldn't walk across the street for. There are things I used to believe that, like, around what success looked like, and I don't believe those things anymore. There are relationships that I value differently. I value my time differently. I value my health way differently. I used to never run. I had no interest in the working out. There's no way you'd see me doing a High Rocks event. But I value my health differently. I value my faith way differently. My relationship with God is completely different. How you doing, Kat Perez? I value my family differently. Like, I'm still becoming, and so are you. And so as we go through this series this week, one of the things I want you to understand is you are allowed to still be becoming. Like, we give teenagers permission to experiment with their identity because they're young and they're just figuring themselves out. But for some reason, somewhere around 25, 30 years old, society basically says, okay, time's up. Time's up. You better have it figured out now. I hope you picked correctly when it came to your career. I hope you picked correctly when it comes to all your relationships. Like, these are your friends. This is what you do. Good luck for the next 60 years. And that's ridiculous, man. That is simply ridiculous. Because what you value at 30 is not necessarily what you're going to value at 40. What you value at 40 is not necessarily what you're going to value at 50. What you value at 50 is not necessarily what you're going to value at 60. What you value at 60 is not necessarily what you're going to value at 70. What you value at 70 is not necessarily what you're going to value at 80. What you value at 80 is not necessarily what you're going to value at 90 or 100 or beyond. So why do we have this thing where we think you have to have it all figured out? Now, listen, there is another side of this. Because when you're trying to figure out who you are, you become incredibly sensitive to what everybody else thinks you should be. You remember high school, right? You walked into the room and you immediately knew where you stood. Those are the cool kids. Those kids are the athletes. Those kids are the nerds. Those are the rich kids. Those are the troubled kids. Those are the weird kids. Those kids are popular. And teenagers become incredibly aware of where they fit in that hierarchy. They do it quickly. Now take that teenage brain and give it Instagram or TikTok or YouTube or Snapchat, AI, filters, algorithms, influencers, follower count, like counts, comment sections, and a camera that follows them around 24 hours a day in their pocket. Dude, we worried about what, like, the 300 kids in our grade. In my high school, there was 300 kids in my grade. We worried about what those 300 kids at our school thought about us. Today's teenagers potentially worry about what the entire planet thinks about them. Savannah, we just gave her Instagram, when she turned 16, an Instagram channel and TikTok channel. It's got 800% on it, so she knows it's our brand. She's been learning to be a creator. In the conversations that I have, bro, the kids like, look at this, they did this, person said this, right? Like, it's been positive. Everything's been positive. But it's a different world they live in. It's different, and yet maybe in some ways it's not, because underneath all that technology is the exact same question teenagers have been asking forever, which is, do you like me? Do I belong here? Am I attractive enough? Am I funny enough? Am I cool enough? Am I successful enough? Do you see me? Do I matter? And as adults, man, we just do the same thing. We just disguise it a little bit better. We don't call it popularity anymore. We call it networking. Let's go to a networking event. We don't have a cool kids table. We have a VIP section. We don't compare who has the coolest sneakers. We compare who has the coolest car or the coolest house or the nicest watch or who's going on the dopest vacation. They got the job title, the revenue numbers, the follower counts, the businesses, our kids' accomplishments in sports. It's the same game. We've just raised the stakes a little bit. That's all. Same game. Stakes raised. Am I right? And this is where I think we can learn something incredibly important from these teenagers, because one of the greatest battles of adolescence is learning the difference between who I am and who I think I need to be in order for you to accept me. And some people will never win that battle. Some people are my age and they're still trying to get invited to the cool kids table. They're still making decisions based on what somebody else might think. They're still buying things they don't actually want. They're still chasing titles they don't actually care about. They're still afraid to say what they believe, still afraid to dance in front of public, still afraid to create and go online and post themselves and get on video, still afraid to change the career, still afraid to admit, I don't want this anymore. Because what will everybody think? What will everybody think if I walk on that job? What will everybody think if I post on that social media channel? And see, this is teenage stuff, but as adults, we're doing it. As adults, we're doing it, and the world is about to make this harder. And that's why this conversation matters right now. AI is about to make it incredibly easy to become whatever the world rewards. Think about it. AI can tell you what content performs best, what headlines get clicks, what thumbnails get views, what products people want, what words convert, what opinions are trending, what videos hold attention. We're entering a world where technology can increasingly tell you, if you want people to like you, do this. And that's powerful, man. There's some benefits to that, but it's also dangerous because if we're not careful, we're going to optimize ourselves right out of ourselves. We're going to become incredibly effective at being somebody we are not. And that's not how it's meant to be, my friends. You and I, children of God, the God of the universe, the God that made everything, uniquely made to be the best versions of ourselves, not somebody else's best version, you and I's best version. I don't want that for my kids. I don't want my kids to be something they're not. I don't want that for Joel. I don't want that for Savannah. I don't want that for Willow. And I don't want that for you. I hear it all the time. People say, man, I'm trying to find myself. And I don't know if that's exactly right, because finding yourself makes it sound like there's some finished version of you hiding behind a tree somewhere. Like, oh my gosh, I found him. Like playing freaking hide and seek, dude. I think we don't find ourselves. I think we build ourselves. I think we discover. I think we experiment. I think we fail. I think we get embarrassed. We fall in love. We get our hearts broken. We try things. We quit things. We learn. We grow. We meet people. We lose people. We succeed. We screw up. And through all of those experiences, we become. That's adolescence. But that's also life, dude. That's life. I've screwed up in some of these conversations with Joel recently. I've screwed up in some of my conversations with potential clients. I've screwed up in different ways with my wife and with just decisions that I've made, dude. I've screwed up. And that's okay. It's okay. You're okay to screw up too. So listen, maybe you and I shouldn't be so quick to grow out of everything teenage. Like maybe there's some stuff worth keeping. Maybe that curiosity that we had as teenagers, maybe we should hold on to that. Maybe the willingness to try something ridiculous, maybe we should hold on to that. Maybe the desire for adventure, That belief that your entire life is still ahead of you, maybe we should hold on to that. Like, do you remember that feeling when you were 16, 17 years old and anything seemed possible? Like you could become anything, go anywhere, meet anyone, build anything, fall madly in love. You could change the world. It was all out in front of you. Like, do you remember that feeling? Why did we stop believing that? Who told you that the story's already written? Who told you that because you're 40, 50, 60, 70, that you don't get to reinvent? Who told you that? It's a lie. It's not real. It's not true. Who told you that you can't change your mind? Who told you that you're supposed to have yourself completely figured out? I don't buy it, dude. I don't buy it, bro. I think you and I are still becoming. I believe God is still working through and in each and every one of us. He's molding you. He's molding me. He's revealing things to you. He's revealing things to me. I believe God's still putting new people in your path, in my path, opening doors, closing doors, calling us toward the absolute best version of ourselves that we can possibly be. So listen, today I want you to think about the teenager you used to be and just ask yourself, like, who am I becoming? Not what does everyone expect me to be. Not what version of me can be the most liked. Or not what version of me makes everyone else the most comfortable. Who am I becoming? And maybe even a better question, who did God create me to become? Because listen, the world's going to keep changing. AI is going to keep getting smarter. Technology is going to get crazier. Opportunities are going to get bigger. But some things never change. We're still going to want to belong. We're still going to want to be loved. We're still going to want an adventure. We're still going to want purpose. And somewhere underneath all of your responsibilities and the bills and the meetings and the businesses and the gray hairs, like my mom was pointing out in my head yesterday, and apparently these freaking readers that I got to wear, there's still a teenager somewhere in here, curious, hopeful, maybe a little bit insecure, maybe a little bit crazy, still trying to figure things out, still dreaming about what life could be. Don't kill that kid. Instead, teach that kid, develop that kid, give that kid wisdom, give that kid discipline, give that kid faith, but don't kill him because your story's not done yet. My friend, what a time to be alive. I absolutely stinking love you. I do. I absolutely stinking love you. So please do me a favor. Don't shift into that mode where we're just slowly making our way towards death. I don't want you dying. I want you living. Let's get out there and let's live life. Because everything that's happened up till this point is simply the introduction to all that's to come. Ladies and gentlemen, that's today's episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind. I'll be back tomorrow morning, 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again. Same bat time, same bat channel. Peace.